The average person spends about 90% of their time indoors. We have effectively become an indoor species. We sleep indoors, we work indoors, we scroll indoors, we even exercise indoors. Let that sink in. We have been living in climate control boxes under static artificial light, but our biology hasn't caught up. If you've been feeling a strange sense of brain fog or your anxiety shoots up the moment you put your phone down, you, my friend, are likely experiencing a sensory mismatch. If you are new here, hi, I'm Sanjana and this is my channel Vlogadoodle. I create videos around travel and adventure, but I'm also a research student currently studying in the US. I'm starting a new series called The Science of Everyday Reset. This is where I examine very basic daily habits through research and not trends. Today, I'm breaking down exactly why walking is not just a gentle exercise, it is a fundamental neurological requirement. In this video, we are going to look at the science of optic flow, how the awe effect shrinks your problems, and the 3-step framework to reclaim your focus. So there is a fascinating concept in neuroscience called the optic flow. When you walk forward, images flow past your eyes, the trees, the buildings, the people. This lateral eye movement has a direct mechanical effect on your brain's nervous system. Specifically, it settles the amygdala, the part that is responsible for your flight or fight response. This is why you find your best ideas come during a walk, or why a problem that felt massive in your desk suddenly feels manageable by the end of the block. You aren't just clearing your head, you're literally down-regulating your stress response through visual movement. Then there's the awe effect. Indoors, our focus is narrow. We look at screens 12 inches from our faces. This triggers a high alert and high focus state that eventually leads to a burnout. So when you go outside, you look at tall trees or the horizon, your pupils dilate, and that is how you enter the panoramic vision. Research shows that experiencing awe, which is the feeling of being small in the presence of something vast, actually reduces pro-inflammatory cytokines in the body. It shifts you from a me-centered perspective to a world-centered mindset. Let's get to the framework. Now, I don't want you to just go for a walk. To truly aim for a system reset, I usually follow the SSS method. This is how we turn a simple stroll into a biological reset. For the first 3 to 4 minutes, keep your headphones off and your phone inside your pocket. I know this is very uncomfortable in a world designed for constant input, but trust me, there is a reason for it. When you're listening to a podcast or music, your brain is still in the consumption mode. You are constantly processing external data. By embracing the silence, you will allow your brain to switch into internal processing mode. This is where your subconscious begins to untangle the open loops. Give yourself the first few minutes just to exist in the environment. Listen to the texture of the wind, your own footsteps. I know it sounds very basic, but trust me, it's the most difficult as well as the most rewarding part of the reset. Next, we have the skyline rule. Most of us spend our days where our eyes are focused to a point less than 3 feet away. This is a high-stress state for the visual system. So while you go on a walk, I want you to consciously look at things that are 50 to 100 feet away. Find the horizon, look at the top of the trees, focus on distant buildings. This triggers panoramic vision. In research circles, we know that widening your visual field actually signals your brain that there are no immediate threats in the environment. It is a physical hack to lower your cortisol. I suggest try to maintain this wide-angle view for at least 3 minutes of your walk. Finally, you get to choose your mode of walking, solo or social. Solo walks are for cognitive unloading. Whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed by a project or a research paper, I usually go alone. The silence, the movement, it really acts as a natural filter for my thoughts. Social walking are for emotional regulation. Walking side by side with someone lowers the intensity of the difficult conversations. Side-by-side movement is a very powerful tool for connection because both of you are moving towards the same goal. It's easy to watch a video like this and think, I'll just do that this weekend. But as someone who gets constantly demotivated, I know that inspiration has a very short shelf life. So this is my challenge to you. I want you to commit to a 10-minute SSS walk session in the next 48 hours. Not a 60-minute hike, just 10 minutes. Why 10 minutes? Because the biggest barrier to a reset is getting started. We tell ourselves that we do not have an hour, so we postpone our motivation. But even a brief 10-minute movement can significantly boost our mood and our creative output. So whenever you watch this video, I want you to set up a walking trigger. This means I want you to put your shoes right where you can see it. It can be in the middle of the room or just beside the door, someplace where you cannot ignore it. Then I want you to do a check-in. So before you step out of the house, rate your stress levels from 1 to 10. And when you get back, rate it again. Physically seeing that number drop is the right kind of data that your brain needs to make this a habit. If you are feeling bold, I want you to leave a comment below that I'm in for 10 minutes. This creates a sense of community accountability that is so important for all of us in the research world. If you found this video helpful to you, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel Vlogadoodle. Remember, small resets matter. Your productivity is built on the foundation of your recovery. I hope you take that walk. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.